Hello everyone, in this series of video, BNS vs IPC, today, I will be discussing the regulations and limitations imposed on solitary confinement as outlined in Section 12 of the BNS and corresponding Section 74 of the Indian Penal Code, IPC. Our objective is to understand how this provision governs the use of solitary confinement to ensure humane treatment of prisoners and also to highlight the differences between these two legal provisions, if there is any. So, let's begin with the concept of solitary confinement. Solitary confinement refers to the practice of isolating a prisoner in a small cell for 22 to 24 hours a day, with minimal human contact. It is often used as a disciplinary measure or for security reasons, but its prolonged use has raised concerns regarding its psychological impact and human rights implications. But now the question is, why is solitary confinement given? Solitary confinement can be given for a variety of reasons, each of which aims to address specific issues related to security, discipline, or behavior management. However, some reasons are disciplinary reason, security concerns, prevention of violence, management of mental health, preventing disruption, administrative segregation, etc. Now, let's understand the time limits for solitary confinement. Section 12 of the BNS specifies that solitary confinement shall not exceed 14 days at a time. It mandates that there must be intervals between periods of solitary confinement that are at least as long as the periods of confinement themselves. For instance, if a prisoner is subjected to 14 days of solitary confinement, there must be a minimum of 14 days before they can be subjected to another term of solitary confinement. Likewise, this provision literally aligns with the corresponding Section 74 of the Indian Penal Code, no change at all. Now, understand the solitary confinement in longer sentences. Both BNS Section 12 and IPC Section 74 outline additional limitations when the overall prison sentence exceeds 3 months. In such cases, the solitary confinement cannot exceed 7 days in any 1 month of the total imprisonment. An ideal example is, if a prisoner is serving a sentence of 6 months, under both Section 12 of the BNS and Section 74 of the IPC, the maximum solitary confinement allowed in any 1 month of that 6-month period is 7 days. This ensures that prolonged periods of solitary confinement are not applied excessively in the case of longer sentences. Likewise, the provision ensures humane treatment. The consistent theme across both sections is the emphasis on the humane treatment of prisoners. By limiting the duration and frequency of solitary confinement, these provisions aim to prevent the potential mental and emotional harm associated with isolation. Furthermore, International Human Rights Commission and National Human Rights Commission often criticize prolonged solitary confinement for its severe psychological effects. By enforcing these time limits and mandatory intervals, Section 12 of the BNS and Section 74 of the IPC help mitigate such criticisms and ensure that solitary confinement is applied within humane boundaries. Moreover, Section 12 of the BNS and Section 74 of the IPC are virtually identical in their approach to regulating solitary confinement. Both aim to prevent excessive or inhumane use of solitary confinement by setting strict limits on its duration and requiring adequate breaks between periods of isolation. This reflects a shared understanding of the potential psychological and physical harm that prolonged solitary confinement can cause, emphasizing the need for its careful and regulated use within the justice system. That is all for this video. Hope you understood the provision clearly. However, if you have any query, you can ask through the comment box given below. And, if you liked the video, and want more such interesting videos, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.